trying to prop you guys up here while having my phone charger on my desk. See if anybody shows up. Well, let me adjust this light too. Should I turn that off? I think I should turn that off. It's causing a glare. Turn that off. Ah, if I can stop getting tripped up over on cords. Stop. Jesus Christ. Alright. Doesn't make it too dark, does it? Doesn't look like it. Okay, hi! Hello, people that are finally starting to join. Hope you guys can hear me okay. So, let's just go ahead and jump right on into it. I'm going to try really hard to look at the camera and not like the screeny thing, because I'm doing this on my phone yet again. So, oh, Sissy, you're back again. Oh, I love you. You're so wonderful. So yeah, I only have foundation, mascara, a little bit of contour, very minimal brows on today because I'm actually going to be going to the gym here in a little bit. So I very quickly, did I say that right? Very quickly want to get on here and show you guys my review for the Maeder Makeup Labs. They are an indie brand. I found them on Instagram, but their link is for Etsy. So just a disclaimer, the wonderful lady Caroline of Maeder Makeup Labs, she did send me a good sample, a very, very generous sample actually, but she knows that I would totally give my full-on honest opinion on her products and everything. I'm not being compensated by pay or anything, and I did also purchase some stuff of my own that I also wanted to try. So we're just going to go ahead and jump on into it. And let me turn that off too. Does that help? No, that doesn't really help. That kind of... Oh, God, I'm just so white. I'm so white, I just reflect everything. I am so sorry. Anyway, so... let's just jump on in. Sorry, I do voices. I don't mean to, I just do. So, first set of makeup that she had sent me. I'm trying to gather it right now. That one I purchased, and this other stuff here. So I do have something very interesting too that I'm going to save for the very end because it's really freaking cool. Okay, so first off, she does sell in individual pans, and they come in little baggies like this. So this is some of what she has sent me in the beginning. Here's another one, and then these are skin grafts, so they're in a bigger pan, and we'll get to those in a minute. I do want to talk about the eyeshadows though, so just give me a minute while I open up these teeny tiny little bags. They are easy actually to open and get them out. Sometimes they slide right out, sometimes you gotta pull them out. And how I do it is I just keep the little baggie that it's in and I place it right on top, so that way I don't like cross-contaminate pigments and colors and everything. So this one, oh my God, my lighting in here is so awful, you can't see this. Okay, so this is Tetanus Shot. What you can't see is that it's actually a very true, like, well, I wouldn't say true orange. It is a little bit more of like a rustic orange. But it's a very, very pretty color. I really want to show this like properly, but my lighting situation just sucks. And this is pretty much as good as it's gonna get because I'm broke as you know what. Anyway, but it's a very, very nice orangey color. It's a little better way if you guys can see that. Now the thing about this is that if you use a brush, you will notice that there will be a little bit of a kickback. And all that means is when there's a little bit, you can see there a little bit of the natural lighting. I would, but I have very dusty blackout curtains, and it's it's not really worth the payoff because I also have a lot of trees in the front yard that block a lot of the sunlight, so the natural lighting wouldn't really work, and I can't do it outside because it's really noisy out, so I'm sorry. But yeah, this is Tetanus Shot. And I didn't press very hard at all, and you can see like the pigment is really so nice. I mean, look at that, just one swipe. There's no primer on my hand. Yeah, I like it too. It's not to spoil my review here, but I'm actually quite impressed with this line of cosmetics. Just to let you guys know too, I do have my makeup remover wipes right here, so that way I can clean off my fingers in between and there won't be like leftover pigment or anything. So that way, and then I have a napkin. This is clean, it's just crunched because I'm too lazy to actually fold stuff and put it away nicely. I've just got a lot going on right now. So anyway, yeah, that's Tetanus Shot. This here is Affliction, and I already got some on my finger. Now this color is a very unique color, I feel anyway. It's very like a burgundy wine tone, but it does have some brown notes to it, which is really fascinating. Like, oh, Jesus Christ, I mean, it's so pigmented. Look at that. I mean, my finger is like fully coated. Let's see if I can do this right here. Yay! Look at that, Jesus Christ. The pigment on that is intense. And a little bit goes a long way with these products too, which is one thing I absolutely love is, I mean, I have a hard time with matte eyeshadows, even when it comes to like brands like Urban Decay and Kat Von D. I always have to end up using the matte shades, putting them on my lid with my finger, because that seems to be the only way I could get it on. Yeah, see, trying to clean my fingers. But these, I dip my brush in like I just kind of like tap in like twice, and then I just go in the crease or whatnot with it, and it blends. Oh, it blends so beautifully and effortlessly as well. It is just the most user-friendly eyeshadows I think I've ever come across, especially with their level of pigmentation. I mean, it's just fan-flippantastic. So next we're going to go into this color here. It's called Corpse. Now at first, when you see this color in person, it does look very cool-toned. Kind of like a cool based taupe kind of a color. Very transitional shade friendly. The only thing about this one though is that it's not necessarily true to color in the pan as it does apply onto the skin. Now that could just be with me because I'm so pale. Even like the really nice lightest shades of certain eyeshadows come off different and darker on me, so that could just be a thing about me. So I'm just putting that out there, but this shade is actually really nice. This one isn't as smooth as the other two. They are very buttery. This one does tend to have a little bit of a harder, grittier texture, but not by a lot, not by a lot at all. So this one is Corpse. As you can see, it looks cool toned, and I'm sure it's gonna come off cool toned because of my lights, my awful god awful lights. I'm so sorry. But yeah, it is a very, very beautiful shade. I still use it as a transitional shade, even though it is a bit warm. Yes, the names. I'm actually glad you brought that up, Ceci. She said that she liked the names, and I do too. The thing with the names is that Caroline, she actually is a registered nurse or an RN, and she actually does have other certifications in other parts of the medical field. I don't know all the details about it, but she is an incredibly smart lady who has a fascination and a love and passion in the medical field. But she actually had an allergic reaction to a talc-based foundation, I think it was, and she realized that she couldn't just use any old cosmetics off the shelves, and so for years she had really hard time finding makeup that she could actually wear. So she got the idea to just make her own, and with the help of a friend, she was able to start creating her own line. So that's something to be really taken note here, is that, you know, if you have skin conditions where you can't use talc-based things, or like you're really sensitive and your skin just can't handle certain things, I do highly, highly recommend Maeder Makeup Labs for your eyeshadows, and she does even do liquid contours and things like that. I even have one of her liquid highlights here, which we'll get to in a minute. But yes, they are very skin friendly to those who are sensitive skinned. But yeah, the names, majority of the names, not all of them of course, but majority of the names of her entire line are based off of something to do with the medical field. So I thought that was really fascinating, and I love that. So this here is called Septic. Again, the medical name. This is a very, very beautiful green color. I love this so much. And this one is like the most velvety soft. Ooh, I love it. And super pigmented, just like with the other ones. Look at that. I mean, this is live. Look at that. It does look like it has like kind of like skipped a little bit, but that's just because of the crease of my hand. But like I said, these shades, they blend so well. And I do have pictures of me wearing all of these eyeshadows. Not all at once, but I do have separate pictures of me wearing these eyeshadows. Because I did test them out for like a good week to 2 weeks before I decided on that I needed to make a video about it. And I've been wanting to do a video. Yes, we hear you. Get out of my neighborhood, please. Thank you. Okay, sorry about that. I actually have been trying really hard to plan a day to sit down and record a video, even demoing using the eyeshadows, but I've just been so busy. I got hired for a new job lately, or recently. Lately. English, really, I'm sorry. But yeah, I did get a new job, and so I've been really busy. Oh, thank you, Ceci. Yeah, I'm so excited for this job. I really wish I could talk about it, but I really can't for reasons that maybe one day I'll disclose. But as of right now, it's definitely more of privacy, you know, security, safety reasons, stuff like that. But yeah, I'm really, really super excited about it. Can't wait to actually get started working. But a lot of training is necessary because I have a lot of research I have to do for the work. And I'm loving it. I love research. I love being a nerd and looking stuff up all the time. But anyway, just letting you guys know, I've been busy. That's why I haven't had time to actually set up a video. So I thought I would just sit down and do a lot more live videos. Bet you feel super cool with your work secrets. Oh, my work secrets. I'm so cool. I can't talk about it. No, I really actually want to talk about it so bad, but we were actually even told at work to not talk about it, and so I was just like, ah, crap. Well, that just confirmed it, even though I wasn't going to anyway, just out of my own safety reasons. But I was gonna maybe like sneak in some hints here and there, but now I'm just like, well, crap, never mind then. But yeah, can't wait to get started working, but at the same time, I'm gonna miss being able to actually put up really good quality videos, because I have so many ideas and I have everything listed. I have like a whole notebook dedicated just to my YouTube video ideas, and I'm realizing I may not have time to do any of those now, so that really sucks. But Yay for live videos, live streaming. And hopefully I'll get a better lighting setup too, because that would really help the live streaming. Excuse me, I just had to burp. So this shade is, it's a lot like that green shade Septic, but this is actually called Maeder. I don't know why she picked this particular shade to have named after her family name. Actually, it's her married name, but I think it is a very, very pretty shade. The only thing about this shade versus the other matte shades is that this one isn't as pigmented, but it is still very pretty. As you can see, it's a very light, more of a translucent kind of a shade, but I actually like this particular shade. It's very shimmery. I don't know if I can show you guys. Yeah, there's a little bit of the glitter shift. It's really hard. It's better to show you in the pan. The shifts are actually like a gold shift with some like silver glitter in it. It is a little chunky. It's a little drier. It's almost like how Corpse feels, being on the drier side, not as buttery soft as the others. But it is still soft, and it is still just very, very pretty. Let me see if I can just build this up a little bit for you guys so you can see a little bit better. Yeah, there you go. It's a very pretty shimmer shade, and actually I really see this. Definitely you can use this as like maybe like under the eyes to kind of bring some light into your eyes, like just underneath the tear duct on the bottom lid. You can even use this as a lid topper on top of Septic. I think that would look very, very, very pretty, very stunning. Now when it comes to the highlight shades that she sent me, there's one that I can't really pronounce, and it makes me ashamed that I'm 28 years old and I can't pronounce this word. But it is what it is. Cyanosis. I really hope that's the name. Cyanosis. Anyway. It's a very, very pretty, like a white-based highlight with a blue shift. So stunning. You wouldn't think that like a white highlight with a blue shift would look good on the skin, but it really does. Oh my god, especially if you're at all like liking to look like you're like an alien or like just not human, and you want to have like just like a nice glow that makes people just kind of like look at you like, oh. You know, I love it. It is so pretty. It's actually definitely more of like a violet blue too. It's such a stunning shade. I even tried taking a photo of this shade, but it just doesn't, on camera at all, whether it be video or photograph, it just doesn't translate well, because it's just something you have to see in person. It's a very, very stunning shade. So I can't even like get like a good like shift on here, but yeah, you can kind of see it right there. But yeah, now the thing about these is that the best thing, I'm trying to learn how to do eyeshadow. I can't figure it out. My eyelids are too big, I think. Girl, there is no such thing as too big of eyelids. You know what? I've been really wanting to do like a little bit of a makeup class of just like, you know, makeup for beginners, but I might actually just do one night where like I just have a bunch of ladies come over, wherever it may be, and we all just get together and I show you how to do some really easy eyeshadow looks. Like, especially with these eyeshadows, they are so user-friendly. They blend out so easy and effortlessly, and they're so pigmented. You don't have to do anything special of like a setting spray or like a heavy-duty primer or anything like that. I don't even have to use a white-based primer for these really shocking colors. I mean, my eyebrow thingy, it like covers my eyelids. Oh, you know, I have hooded eyes myself, so like I definitely have more crease to brow space than I do like crease to lid. but I can show you how to manipulate that to where it actually makes you look like you have bigger eyelids than you really do. So I have hooded eyes. I've learned by fiddling around with my own eye shape and everything how to do it. So yeah, I can totally show you, hon. And plus, it'll be a great excuse for us to get together and hang out again. I would love that too. But yeah, so the thing with these highlighters, especially the powders, is that they do look very chalky. Like, I don't know if, yeah, you can kind of see it right there. It looks a little chalky. Actually, to be honest, it does look very chalky. But these are so user-friendly. You get them on the skin and you just blend it out. And you can layer on top. So you can kind of see a little bit of a shift. Let me see. Can you see there? You know what, just don't mind my messy room. Okay, let's try and do it this way. There you go. You can see that there a little bit better. I'm using the lights from my my new desk mirror that my boyfriend got me. But yeah, it's a very stunning shade. Very stunning. Looks great on the skin. And like I said, it blends out so beautifully. And you can layer on top of it to get a stronger highlight, which I personally like highlighters that you can layer on top of, because highlights that are just so shocking right away, to me it kind of like it doesn't make it easy for people who don't like that strong highlight, because not everybody does. I do. I personally love a strong highlight on myself, but I know not everybody does, and that's what I really love about these. Now here, this one actually isn't mine. This is my best friend Emmy's. This one is called Miasma or Miasma. Again, I'm 28 years old and I don't know how to pronounce certain words. You know, actually there's one word I really just can't pronounce. And it's, I'm really gonna embarrass myself here. Suggestion. I did it right there. That word, for some reason, if I don't think about it beforehand, I will butcher it. Something about that word, it doesn't agree with me. Anyway, so this one, yeah, is Miasma or Miasma. This one, can't really see too well. Let's bring you guys back over here, see if we can get a better look. Sorry, I'm blocking the camera. Try not to have the charger fall out. Let's see. No, it's not showing. Well, okay, let me just describe this for you. So obviously it's a white-based highlight, but it has a very beautiful, like a magenta shift of a color. Now, this actually can be used alone without blush. So if you're not... Ooh, don't fall. What's wrong with you? I laugh at my own jokes. Sorry. So this shade is really great for those of us who don't like blush. I don't like blush because you know, a corpse has more color than I do. And so whenever I use blush, it tends to make me look a little clownish. But this one too, you can see it does have that kind of chalky texture look to it. But when applied to the skin and you blend it out, it actually ends up looking way better. Yeah, see, you can see the little bit of a difference between cyanosis and miasma or miasma. I'm so sorry, my butchering of pronunciation, but there's a little bit of a pink that you can see. Works so great as like a blush substitute, because it gives you a nice glow, gives you a hint of color on your cheeks, and kind of makes you look, you know, healthy and alive without looking like, you know, you're trying an audition for a new Barnum and Bailey's, you know, which I didn't know that they closed down until recently, because apparently I'm out of the loop on news. So, other than miasma, Cyanosis, Septic, Maeder, Corpse, Tetanus Shot, and Affliction. Those were all sent to me. Now, Miasma was, like I said, it was my friend's shade that she let me try out, which we've been trying so hard to do a photo for Maeder Makeup Labs of the both of us using the same shade, so that way we can show like the differences of skin tone, because she is Filipino Hawaiian and I am not. So, ah boy, what's wrong with me? This is the last shade that she did send me, though. Well, not the last one. It all came in one package. But this is the last one that I'm gonna show you of the package that she sent to me. I can't make sentences. I have a lot in my head right now. I'm so sorry. Okay, this right here, it's called Metamorphism. It is, I kid you not, a holographic highlighter. We have real hollow makeup, people. Real hollow. So, I don't know, again, if I'll be able to show you all the different the shifts so you can see the rainbow to confirm that it is a holographic shade. Let me see here. But you can see it is silver base, so it doesn't quite look that great on the skin. Darker skin tones definitely can get away with wearing this as a highlight. However, for me, I do have to be very gentle with it. Can you see? Can you see? I can't. Trying so hard to show you the hollow. So hard to capture that hollow. You can kind of see it right there, kind of. But yes, so this is a silver-based highlight that has holographic shifting glitter in it. And this, like I said, it's not really great for those who are very pale skin tone like myself. Now I say this with a disclaimer. Do it at your own risk. I'm not telling you to do it. And if you do it on your own, that's your fault. No one else's. It's not FDA approved to go on the eye area. However, if you want to, just understand you're doing it at your own risk. Now, with that being said, here, there's the swatch. So pretty. I would love to use this as an eyeshadow. I haven't used it as an eyeshadow yet. I have used it as a highlight though. Very little amounts of it. You don't really see too much of a hollow. However, I do really want to try and make like a hollow eye makeup look with this. I haven't had the time. So I'm hoping maybe tomorrow I'll actually have time. I will have time to go ahead and do that for you. Oh my god, my swatches are looking awful. But here, since I blended out those other highlights, let me just show you a little bit here. Blending it out. And then bringing you guys over here. So yeah, definitely on deeper skin tones, this would look stunning. But, definitely, for a strong highlight, I wouldn't recommend a lighter highlight, like, just something very, oh my god, that hollow. I can really see it. I don't know if you guys can. I'm trying so hard to show you the hollow. I'm trying. It's just not translating well. I am so sorry. Any hoodles. Yeah, it's definitely easy to blend out so that way you don't get too strong of a silver look on your skin and everything. So like I said, it will still look great on deeper skin tones because of the blendability of these products. They might feel dry at first. You can use some setting spray to like have it stick to your skin a little bit better if you want a stronger glow, which that is what I do with the cyanosis. That is what I do with that one. I do spritz my my highlighting brush that I actually remembered to bring with me. I'll just, wow, that was weird. I'll just dip in the pan and then I'll spritz just like 1 or 2 spritz of my setting spray, and then I go right on the cheekbones, and it gives a very nice strong highlight. You can do that with these highlighter pans, these panned highlights, but when it comes to Metamorphism, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it just because it could kind of look like a bruise or some kind of mark on your face because of it being silver, if that makes sense. But I mean, it's still a very, very beautiful highlight, and I do want to try it on the eyes, and I do acknowledge it would be at my own risk. However, there's a lot of actual like eyeshadows that are being sold in Sephora and Ulta that are marketed as eyeshadows, but they do have an FDA label on the backs of them saying that they're not FDA approved for the eye area. So just understand, it's a very normal thing. It's out there pretty regularly. So anyway, moving right along. This is, now what I'm going to be showing you is what I purchased. This is Mortician. It's just a straight up matte black. And the thing I love about this shade, again, the blendability on this is just incredible. I just barely tap into it, go right on the outer crease, and it just blends out so lovely. I'm gonna do swatches on my other hand, so Lord help me that I'm gonna do this with my left hand onto my right. So here's the thing about this shade. I've used this to fill in my brows because my brow hairs are black. Anytime that I've used a dark brown or any other kind of color for filling in my eyebrows, it's very obvious that it's not my natural color. So I just use black. Today I just used the Urban Decay Blackout eyeshadow in the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette, I think it is. Yeah, it's Naked 2 palette. That's what I have. But I just mainly used it today because it's not as pigmented as Mortician. And the thing that I loved about this was I know it's a horrible thing to do, but I did fall asleep with my makeup on one night, and it was when I was using Maeder Makeup Labs Mortician eyeshadow for my brows. I fell asleep while that was still on my brows, and my brows looked untouched the next day. I kid you not. My eyeshadow looked untouched. It was insane. I have spent a lot of money on certain cosmetics and everything, and none of them have stayed on my eyes the way that these have. Yes, I do use a primer. The only primer that I use really is the Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer. The other primer that I tend to use are the NYX Jumbo pencils. I use the one in Mocha. It's a metallic jumbo pencil, but sometimes I do use that, and then I just go over the whole thing with Corpse. So it kind of gives like a multi-dimensional look where I'm just using one color, but it looks like I used a lot more. So it's like my lazy makeup look. But, and sometimes I will go in the outer corner with Mortician. It's kind of just help bring depth. But yeah, seriously, these eyeshadows are really freaking incredible. And I cannot stress just how much I love them, because they are wonderful. Now, this last eyeshadow shade that I'm going to show you is, again, one that I did purchase. This is called Hemoglobin. Okay, bye, Ceci. Thank you for joining me. But, yeah, sorry, my friend Ceci had to go. I've known Ceci since elementary school. She's wonderful, and I miss her dearly. But this is Hemoglobin. This is an orange-based red. So it's a very rustic brick color red. Yeah, that's actually, you know what? Yeah, a red brick color. That's basically what this is. It's a very rustic, orangey red. And I'm swatching with my other hand. That's right. I'm a professional. I do makeup for a living. Well, not much anymore. I have a job. I mean, I have like I have a job I clock in at. I'm not just doing freelance makeup anymore. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, hemoglobin. Stick to the subject, Sarah. So, as you can see, again, like, it just looks a little patchy and streaky. Even Mortician does look that way on the back of my hand. But, as I've noticed, a lot of YouTubers actually started saying, and I really completely agree with it as a makeup artist myself, swatching eyeshadows on the back of your hand is not what it's going to look like on the eyelid, because you have a totally different texture of skin on your eyelid than what you'd have on the back of your hand. So I always recommend to people that, yeah, you can swatch for colors and color ideas, but if you're swatching to get a feel for like the pigment or the payoff, if it skips, if it fades, you're not going to be able to test it very well on the back of your hand, because it's just too different, and it's really not good for you to just go off of that. The best way to do it is to just go ahead, if you can get a sample, get a sample. If you have a friend that has something that you want to go out and buy, see if they'll let you borrow it. Of course, be sanitary about it though. But yeah, so just, you know, keep that in mind. So now here we're going to go into the liquid highlight, and this is actually her liquid lithiums. This is in Morphine. I'm horrible with like remembering all of these names. I've pretty much got the first batch of names down, but like the batch that I paid for, that I just always kind of forget, even though I paid for it. I went on her website, looked at it, went, oh yeah, I like the name, I like the color, I'll buy it. I'm weird. I am so sorry. I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place. Good Lord help me. Anyway, so yes, this is liquid lithium. It is a liquid highlight. You definitely want to put this on the skin before you powder. Now, I will admit, I have not yet been able to really test this out yet. However, I will be updating you guys on my review on this in another video another time. However, I do just want to show you guys just how amazing this is, because you can also mix this in with your foundation, I'm sure, because it's just like how liquid highlights are. You can mix them with your foundation. You can mix them with your foundation. You can just put it straight on the skin. I did test this on my collarbones and on my shoulders to kind of like give myself a little bit of a glow. So look at that though. It's just so freaking pretty. I'm trying not to mix hemoglobin into it. Look at that. It is seriously a shockingly white highlight. It is beautiful. It's icy. It's not too silvery. It's got a very lovely creamy texture. It's not gritty at all. It's just absolutely beautiful. And I always, whenever I have used this, I could just go ahead and leave it alone, but I do tend to set it with the cyanosis. I'm never going to be able to say this right. Cyanosis. I go over this highlight on my collarbone area with this shade, and it looks absolutely beautiful, and it kind of gives you like this just a very magical glow about you, like you're just not human or anything. Now, one thing I will tell you guys too, when it comes to all of these shades, they are easy to remove, and they don't stain. They don't stain. They do not stain. So I'll show you guys here again. I'm not even rubbing very hard. I'm just making sure that I'm using like the wet part of the makeup remover wipe. I missed a spot, but yeah. No stains. Doesn't stain the skin, which is a freaking bonus. I mean, I cannot say enough good things about this line. It is absolutely amazing products, and if you are a holosexual, I really highly recommend you help me to get Simply Nailogical's attention for this holographic highlight, because I think it is absolutely awesome, and I would love to see, I would really love to see Christine just lose her shit for a holographic highlight. Yeah, I just have some makeup remover residue on my hands now. But yeah, I'm just absolutely blown away by this line. I'm gonna put links to her website in the description down below, of course, once this video is up after this live stream. Please check her out. Please, you know, she always is doing some kind of a special, or she does like these games where if you get the answer right, you can win, like you could either win a product or you could win like a discount code or something. So it's really a lot of fun. I love her page on Instagram. That is where she is most active. But yes, definitely give her a follow. Tell her Yinyangsara sent you. And I'm not saying tell her Yinyangsara sent you because I'm going to get any kind of bonus. I'm not. Just, again, another disclaimer. I'm not getting anything out of this. I just absolutely love her brand. I love what she does. I love what she's doing. All of this stuff that she is making, and even new stuff that she's making right now. And she's even bringing back like something old that she used to make, and I got talking to her about it, and so yeah, she's back to making some other stuff now too, and I'm just like, I'm blown away. I'm excited. I can't wait for the world to see how amazing this is, because it really is incredible. Again, I can't say enough about it. Oh, real quick too, I will say that when you do apply this, there is a little bit of fallout, but it's so little, and it's so far the only fallout that I've had was with Mortician and with Hemoglobin. Those were the only two shades that I actually had fallout with. All of these other shades, I had zero fallout. So, and I mean zero fallout. Like, I didn't have to like put powder under my eyes. I didn't have to like dust anything away. It was only Mortician and Hemoglobin that I did have a little bit of fallout, but that was it. That was it. It was such a little amount in comparison to what I use for Urban Decay. My Urban Decay eyeshadows, I get a lot more fallout. Oh, let's see, what else do I use? I do use the Graveyard Girl palette from Tarte. I use Kat Von D Star-Studded palette. It wasn't a very popular palette when it was released, but I do have it, and that one is major fallout. The Tarte palette from Graveyard Girl, the Swamp Queen palette, I love that palette, but I do get some fallout on that as well. And Urban Decay, I always get fallout. So this is like completely minimal to like those high-end brands, and I absolutely love this, and I really can't wait for you guys to get a hold of it yourself and play around with it and see how much you guys love it as well, because it is really incredible. And again, I just want to spread the love, give her some attention and love, and thank you so much for watching. I have to get going now, but thank you for joining me. For those of you who joined me for the live stream, there wasn't very many of you, but that's quite alright. I know this was very last minute. I didn't put up any notifications that I was going to be doing this. So that's fine. It is what it is. And I have to go to the gym now. So, because I got to get strong. No, actually, my arms got fat. And the rest of me is okay. But, you know, I want to tone up and look strong. So, Jesus Christ, people can't leave me alone when I'm doing a live stream. I'm getting email notifications, I'm getting messenger notifications. Good Lord, I'm going to just close this out. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad that this live stream was better than the first one, because God, that was a nightmare. But yes, thank you so much. Always remember yin yang is a balance, and the balance lies within yourself. I love you guys so much. I'll see you next time. Bye!